What's going on? 3:49, late afternoon, December 4th, week 14 of this NFL regular season. It's Ravens-Steelers, the first of two within a 5-week closing stretch begins in Baltimore at the Bank, 1 o'clock Sunday. I'll have pregame coverage, as always, in the 11 o'clock hour in the morning. Sarah and I will be postgame live streaming inside the vault at 5 o'clock. If you could on the way in, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and like the video. Todd Monken just cleared up any uncertainty that was out there as it relates to Lamar. He was limited with an ankle during yesterday's practice, and today he will be a DNP. The official injury report has not yet dropped, but Todd Monken did have this to say a short while ago, courtesy of AJ Gersh, Fox 45, WBFF in the Baltimore area, local TV. Here you go.
A lot of credit. He's battling each week, trying to get healthy enough to be able to play every Sunday. I mean, that's what I see out of him. I see a guy that's battling, little nagging injuries, things that are stopping him from being able to get out there every day and practice. So again, that's what I see. I see a guy battling.
Okay, he's been battling, as Jeff and others have noted online. He is expected to go. Jeff and others making it clear that Todd Monken says that Lamar Jackson is expected to play on Sunday. We'll wait and see for ultimately the final injury report on Friday. He's likely to be a DNP with the one that comes out after 4 o'clock today. For those of you not watching live, it's currently 3:51 Eastern in the late afternoon, so we'll have to wait and see there. But clearly Lamar, as his OC says, is battling. Clearly there are multiple nagging injuries, at least 4 that we know about, dating back to the hamstring in September. From there, after his return, the knee popped up, the ankle popped up, the toe popped up, and this week it's the ankle. So that's where things stand right now. Some are calling this a must-win game, with the AFC North being the clearest path, winning the AFC North, that is, being the clearest path to the postseason for both teams that are jockeying for it. Of course, that's Baltimore and Pittsburgh. Cincinnati still has a mathematical chance. It's an uphill battle, but Marlon Humphrey is one of those that are calling this game a must-win.
Man, how you play will speak way louder than your words, and I think if you can't get up for this one, every game you play in the NFL is very meaningful, but if you can't get up for this one, I think that shows something about your character. I think that shows something about your will. And honestly, I think that just shows if you are a Raven or you're not a Raven. I think how we come out this game, how we prepare this week, will kind of do echoes not only for this game, but for the rest of the season, because we're basically in playoff football right now. So it's kind of, it is, they say there's no game, a must-win game. This is definitely a must-win game. We have not played great complementary football really all year, and it's time. We worked really hard to get to where we are. Yeah, do we like our record? No, but do we have everything in front of us? Yes. So I think, like I said, man, it's time to show it. We've talked all throughout the years. I've made bad plays. Everyone's made bad plays. Everyone made some good plays. But now it's time. Come together. Have your brother's back. Make sure your brother knows what he's doing, so we can go out here, be on the same page, execute. Because I think we're too good of a team on paper. I know that's been said and everything, but now it's time to be a good team on Sunday, Monday, whatever day we're playing at 1 o'clock.
Longest tenured defensive Raven calls it a must-win game. Do you agree? Let's open up a poll. I forgot to actually throw in the poll in the live chat. Is Sunday a must-win game for Baltimore? There is now a poll in the chat. Go ahead and vote should you so choose. Ben Roethlisberger, former Steelers quarterback, now has a podcast. He's given the Ravens the edge against his former team.
So right now you're like, hey, Ben, right now, give me your prediction, because I have us as a win in my preseason poll. I think both teams are equally hungry. Both teams need it. We know that. Whoever wins is a big deal. I think both teams are coming off of losses at home. Mm-hmm. So listen, here's what I'm doing. Here's my scale. It's sitting. It's you know what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. You've got an MVP caliber quarterback on both teams. Staying right here. You have one who is banged up in Aaron Rodgers, Okay, so Baltimore gets that little advantage there, but he's been a little bit, but Lamar's been a little banged up too.
Yeah,
maybe not like a specific cast on arm, but a lower body, which is his kryptonite. Like that's his thing. We're back to even. I would say that my thing that would push us over the top. Now they have Derrick Henry, gives them scale. I would say DK Metcalf. I think there's some stuff there. I think when it comes down to it, it's going to come down to the defense. And I would say that we have a better defense on paper.
sure.
The way that our defense has performed has not been up to the paper. So therefore, I would think that they're going to play like they're going to. I feel like our defense bounces back pretty well when we've been embarrassed.
Sure. Yeah.
I think they could bounce back. So therefore, I give the Steelers tip the scale a little bit. That being said, playing in Baltimore, which I know we've been very successful in Baltimore, but playing on the road compared to at home is a lot different. The scale has now tipped to where it's like I'm like a 51% Baltimore. I mean, it can't get any closer, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I think the home factor is different. And because right now, even being at home in Acrisure in Pittsburgh feels like it's not really home. Like the fans are not happy.
Right.
They're booing. They're chanting. They're booing Renegade. There's visitors, teams there. Baltimore's not. They're not doing that.
Yeah.
They're in this thing, and so I'm unfortunately my 51 is I'm moving it over. You hear me?
Okay, Ben Roethlisberger thinks the Ravens have the edge. And Bryson, don't get so freaking sensitive, man. Bryson Cox says Lamar gets a little advantage over 42-year-old Rodgers. LMAO, this guy hates Lamar. Bryson, I don't know if you're joking or perhaps being sarcastic or maybe just hyperbolic intentionally. But let's be honest. The version of Lamar that we've seen over the last month or so, yeah, has it been better than what Rodgers has put forth this season? A banged up at that? Aaron Rodgers? Yeah, it's better, but they're not worlds better than one another. And neither one of these teams right now are world beaters. Let's be clear. Don't be so goddamn sensitive. Anyway, as far as everything hinges on Lamar right now and his health and where he is, not only mobility-wise, but polish and how these ailments, right, where he's battled through these nagging injuries that Todd Monken just spoke about, how much they're having an impact on his overall mechanics, on his performance, and on the operation that he's running right now for this Ravens offense. Lamar did not practice today. The injury report itself will come out in just a bit. So he was limited with an ankle on Wednesday, did not practice today, but Todd Monken says that he expects him to play on Sunday. Travis Jones did not practice today. He's been banged up dealing with lower body injuries or a lower body injury in recent weeks, and that's a big deal. None bigger, if you ask me, though, from a Pittsburgh perspective, the fact that they will continue to be without their first-round run stuffer specialist in Derek Harmon. And let's go ahead and blow this up big time because Brooke Pryor, who was kind enough to join the show earlier today, she had this to say just a little bit earlier on the vault. Well, I should say, excuse me. She had this to say on Twitter a short while ago. She was kind enough to spend a few minutes with us on the vault earlier this afternoon. Aaron Rodgers and TJ Watt were both full participants. TJ's dealing with a toe. Aaron, we know what he's dealing with. Maybe a broken nose, but more importantly, that left wrist fracture, small fracture, however that's being described, that has prevented him from playing under center. So that limits an offense for sure. Patrick Queen, former Raven, he's not missing this game. He was upgraded to limited. Kyle Duggar didn't practice with a hand injury. He's a defensive back for Pittsburgh. And Joey Porter Jr. was limited with an elbow. Jalen Ramsey gets himself a couple days of rest. So that's where things are looking like right now from a Pittsburgh standpoint, overall health-wise. Again, if you're just tuning in, this is what Todd Monken had to say earlier this afternoon during the coordinator press conferences as it relates to Lamar's current health.
He's battling each week, trying to get healthy enough to be able to play every Sunday. I mean, that's what I see out of him. I see a guy that's battling, little nagging injuries, things that are stopping him from being able to get out there every day and practice. So again, that's what I see. I see a guy battling.
I do too. He's been battling his ass off. And while I can't sit here and tell you that some of the recent inaccuracy, some of the recent non-Lamar-like activity, both in and out of the pocket, I don't know how much that correlates to the lower body injuries that have taken a toll for him. I don't know. I don't know the correlation there, whether that's direct or indirect. But what I do know is this is a player that is banged up. This is a player that is battling. And this is a player that is coming off a mini bye week that you can have to hope, puts himself in the best possible scenario for what promises to be a multi-round bout that always is Ravens Steelers. Now, I know in the wild card game, they put up dang near 300 rushing yards on Pittsburgh, and the Steelers had no answer for Derrick Henry and the compliment that he and Lamar. Now, Lamar was a lot healthier then, I would imagine, than he is right now. But I'm also old enough to remember less than a week ago when Buffalo, without its starting tackles, put up 249 rushing yards on Pittsburgh's once vaunted defense on their home turf. That's not going to fly in Pittsburgh. Something's got to give. And while I'm going to wait to give my prediction based on how the week shakes out for Lamar and other key pieces when it comes to health for the Ravens, I know damn well that if the Ravens can effectively run the ball on Pittsburgh, effectively secure the ball against Pittsburgh, and effectively be consistent on special teams, then you probably got a darn good chance to win this game. You know there's going to be a fluke play. You know there's going to be one of those sporadic, chaotic phases of the game that changes the entire trajectory of where the game appears to be heading. Remember last year when Peyton Wilson, the then rookie, wrestled that football out of the grasp of Justice Hill's arms? Well, that went down as one of 4 Lamar Jackson interceptions all year long. I think it was 4 total, and the other ones you can go through it. Each one of them weren't specifically on Lamar, right? Bateman lost one, right? What were the others that I'm forgetting? I think there was one against the Commanders early on where Mark Andrews got his hands on it, but couldn't come down with it. Maybe it wasn't the most accurate or well-timed pass, but bottom line is, Lamar was just exceptional last year when it comes to touchdown to turnover ratio and everything else that we saw in what should have been an MV3 type of campaign. So the good news is, unlike maybe was confirmed an hour or so ago when Lamar showed up based on the beat reporter's notes as a DNP today. We'll have to wait and see. Sure looks like he will be a DNP. That's not official yet. We're still waiting on the Thursday injury report. But I think the clarity that's out there is that Todd Monken expects him to play. Nate Wiggins returned to practice yesterday after exiting at halftime with a foot injury on Thanksgiving night against the Bengals. That's a big deal. Travis Jones is one to watch. With no Nnamdi Madubuike, the Ravens have been susceptible at times, not throughout their 5-game win streak against teams that not a lot of them, aside from Chicago, are going to be playing in the postseason, but they were susceptible at times to not defending the run well enough in between the tackles. And we know that Travis Jones, big number 98, that is his specialty, clogging up space, having that gap integrity, bringing a level of sheer toughness, commanding and having to respond consistently to double teams. So that'll be one to watch for sure. Guest lines are open if you'd like to share a thought with me on today. Mark Andrews addressed the media earlier this afternoon. He says it is his wish to one day retire a Raven. If you're just chiming in or just tuning in, maybe you've been living under a rock the last 24 hours. Mark Andrews was extended yesterday by the Ravens front office. He will be in Baltimore for the next several years. It's a 3-year deal for Mark. It's $39.3 million, $26 million of which is guaranteed. That puts him at an average annual value of 13.1, top 6 in tight end money when it comes to his position respectively. Right now, I believe that will vault him into top 5 come 2026. And I'm on record for saying a couple different things. that I guess are hot takes within some Ravens fan circles. One, I think we will look back at this deal within the next year or two as wise and savvy of Eric DeCosta that he got out in front of it. And two, I do not refer to Mark as not clutch. He has not had a signature moment. He's not had a signature game in the postseason. I think based on sample size, what he has done in the regular season, which is dozens and dozens and dozens of games, clutch moments, clutch plays, I think that trumps based on sample size what he hasn't done from a handful of games in the postseason. We can get into the specifics of there. I'm sure you guys are going to want to debate it. I'm sure you're going to want to get after me. I'm sure you're going to want to jump down my throat. I refuse to sit here and call Mark Andrews not clutch. I can't do it. He hasn't been clutch in the postseason, yes, but I refuse to believe that small sample size should make him as a player. By the way, just because he hasn't been clutch directly involved with the football or securing the football, not enough for our liking in the postseason, doesn't mean that he's not making an impact in other areas. As a blocking tight end, he has built himself into an above average blocking tight end over the last 8 years, right? Mark is Mark at the end of the day. And he's the triple count. He's the triple count. Speak, bro. Speak. Am I going to have to go get a Celsius right now? Walk and talk at 6:30, except it's not a walk and talk. It's a dinner. It's a sit-down dinner at that, and a date that I'm excited about. Perhaps a first date. Maybe we can get to that in After Dark coming up later on if you guys don't burn me at the stake between now and then. He's the Triple Crown leader. Of course, just within the last few weeks, he became the all-time leading receiving yards leader in franchise history, receptions, touchdowns. He is a future Ring of Honor member. And I get it. What have you done for me lately? Well, he's been underwhelming statistically. 5 touchdowns, which leads the team. But yes, he has been underwhelming statistically. Yes, the drop rate has been a problem, particularly in the postseason. That's where that drop rate skyrockets. It more than doubles the drop rate of that in the regular season. I get it. And for some of you, the infamous drop, which would have given the Ravens an opportunity to send that game in the divisional round in Buffalo into overtime, you may never get over that. And I get that. And I'm not here to sit here and tell you to get over it. You feel about it the way you feel about it. I think Mark has a lot of great football left ahead of him. I think that there was a lot more behind the scenes, like Jeff noted on X, as it relates to Mark, like this with the Isaiah Likely component. Jeff told somebody online that he thinks the priority was to extend Likely. He said that since the offseason, which he has. They weren't trying to extend Andrews this offseason, which was pretty obvious based on some of I think Eric DeCosta made it pretty darn obvious throughout the offseason that he was potentially up for, he was listening to trade talks or listening to trade offers by throwing him out there and shopping him a little bit based on commentary that he threw out. But anyway, Jeff says they were trying to extend Likely, but they never could agree to a deal, and they wanted to keep one of them. So they opt to go with Mark. Isaiah wanted more than the Ravens were willing to pay him. Unfortunately for Isaiah, he went down with the foot injury in the summer. That, I'm sure, complicated things. And now things are really complicated. To be quite honest with you, though, I don't think it's actually that complicated. I think Isaiah Likely is going to land on a team that's in the middle of a lucrative window, given that their franchise quarterback is perhaps in where cash flow is rich because he's in the middle of his rookie contract. And I think that Isaiah is going to get paid and get paid handsomely. And quite frankly, the Ravens may be in a position where both of their tight ends, to different degrees based on production and experience and resumes, I wouldn't be surprised if both Charlie and Isaiah get paid elsewhere. And the Ravens are then put in a position where they have to draft 2 tight ends, day 2, day 3, whenever that might be, come April. The good news, if that's the case, is that I'm sure they'll try to retain Pat Ricard as a fullback. You have Mark Andrews for the foreseeable future, Lamar Jackson's security blanket. And let's be honest, this group, if nothing else, this is an organization that drafts extremely well at the tight end position. We've seen that time and time again throughout their years. They have always been rich at tight end. And if that trend continues, perhaps they'll be in good shape on this topic. Yo Jitsu hits us with a first super chat. We're about to open up the guest lines. If you'd like to share a thought with me, call in by clicking on the link that I have pinned in my live chat. Yo Jitsu says, if we don't make the playoffs, is Harbaugh fired? I have been on record for a while now that I would be ready for a change at the top. I am ready for a change at the top. I think he deserves to obviously finish out this season. If the Ravens make the playoffs, if the Ravens don't make the playoffs, if the Ravens go one and done, I think it would be time. I do. I think that it would be probably time to move on. I think change would be one of those necessary evils in this case. John will also be a future Ring of Honor member. He will one day be in Canton, I would think. A second Super Bowl obviously would vault him into Canton, but I think he'll one day be in Canton based on his current resume. And by the way, John's probably not going anywhere if he does get let go, much like Mike Tomlin does. I assume when that time comes for their respective organizations, it won't be categorized as fired. It'll be a mutual parting of ways. Obviously, these guys are the first and second longest tenured coaches league-wide, respectively, with Tomlin having been hired in 2007, the year before Harbaugh took over in Baltimore for Brian Billick in 2008. So that's probably going to be the messaging, and I would imagine both guys will have offers lined up out the door for their services. But yeah, and by the way, let me see what the updated poll is, because I'm of the belief, like you guys overwhelmingly agree with, it sure seems like, based on what I'm looking at in the live chat, is that Sunday's a must-win game. 96% of you, with close to 200 votes and counting, think that Sunday is a must-win game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And quite frankly, the analytics certainly suggest that as well. And what I mean by suggest, the analytics straight up scream that. Aaron Schatz, the creator of DVOA, he ran some simulations. Take a look. Take a look at the playoff leverage that hangs in the balance prior to the outcome of Sunday's game. With a Ravens win, according to his simulation, their playoff chances skyrocket to 70%. Pittsburgh would drop to 23%. Both teams come in at 6-6, and they got to see each other again before it's all said and done in the regular season finale. If Pittsburgh wins, their playoff leverage percentage skyrockets to 75. The Ravens would drop to 21. There's a lot riding on Sunday in Baltimore. And for that and a whole lot more, the Ravens are pulling out all the stops, baby. Here's what's going on at the bank at 1 o'clock. The parking lots open up at 8:30. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff. The gates to the bank open up at 11, as they always do for that time slot. Ravens walk, 10 a.m. Ray Lewis is being brought in as the legend of the game. You figure it would be him or T. Sizz. Jonathan Ogden will be the honorary captain. They're giving pennant giveaways for the Super Bowl, the 2000 Super Bowl team. I know Femi and Kadri and a number of other past Ravens that were a part of that organization and the best defense of all time will be on hand. So you already know they're pulling it all out, all the stops. National anthem will be taken care of by the Baltimore Symphony Orchestra, and it's purple on white jerseys as showcased with those game day threads being worn by Kyle Van Noy. Let's open up the guest lines. Appreciate you guys for being with me today. Over 700 concurrents and counting. What are we getting into? What are we talking about? Is Sunday a must win? Trey, you were first, man. If your camera's on, I'm happy to bring you on. Oh, it is. Oh, he's smiling right now, too. He's fired up about something. I don't know what it is. He's giving me Zach Orr vibes right now. Take a look at this chin strap that he's got going on. Jesus. Save some for us out there, Trey. Jesus. Manny, we'll get to Mexico in just a bit. Like the video on your way in. Subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Is Sunday a must-win game? Trey, welcome to the program, brother. Good to see you.
Hey, it's good to see you as well. Oh, man. I got to see my first game at the bank Thursday for Thanksgiving. That was exciting, but obviously sad, but went there with my girl.
Was there deflated energy?
1 second. It's my phone.
Okay. Yeah, it was. It was.
Yeah.
It wasn't really. I mean, to be honest with you, after going to a lot of NFL games, I've been to Cleveland games. I'm from Ohio, so Cleveland, Cincinnati, Indianapolis. That was probably still the most positive fan base that I've been around. to be honest. But it was deflated, but it was just like it was uncertainty. It was like Lamar shows 3-0.
Thank you.
That's correct. So Lamar showed to me like signs of like obviously not confident as we all been seeing, but it was just not. It just didn't feel like we were losing at all. It didn't feel like we were around all the fans. We were like bottom down, right behind the bench, pretty much. But like nobody felt like we were losing. It just didn't feel like we always had that feeling that we're going to come back.
Think about
the
it.
whole
9-7
game.
at the half. You play
I know. It was just
first
weird.
half, and you're down by 2 going into half. You're thinking to yourself, okay, like we'll come out of halftime and put these guys away. But
Like-
it just never came. They never put themselves in a position to capitalize on what was a rusty first half for Joe Burrow, having not played in a couple months. And then when you cough up the football 5 times in divisional play for a team against the team, I should say, that's backs is up against the wall and has to win out to give themselves a chance, you're not winning games like that.
No, you're not. You're not. You're not. And as a fan, I'm an honest fan, I will say, just because I know deep down when the Ravens are going to win once, it's sad because we know it. Once they start having like little effects, like once that fumble happened, that's when everybody was like, oh, this won't be a blowout. Then the Zay push off, I was like, I don't think you guys understand. We're not going to win this game. It just like you can tell once that fact sits in, the team just sinks.
All right, brother. It's good to see you, man. Enjoy it.
It's good to see you. That's it.
Later, Trey. Columbus's finest right there. Sarah's probably right around the corner driving her kids around. Who knows? Evan, I join you in your quest to bring major media inside these airwaves. But one thing I know damn well, Major, he doesn't have that in him. My man doesn't have that in him. You want to know who did yesterday? Who had it in him yesterday? Mr. Bentley, baby. Yes, he did. Woo! Still fired me up. Bentley came in here. I did not agree with one thing he said, but I love the guy. And then he super chatted after. I mean, that was the best. Like, come on. How can you not love that guy? And he's an OG. Could definitely see myself, himself, two Monte Cristos, Monday Night Football in the future. I look forward to that. How about it? Jay Moore and Manny in the waiting room. Let's open up these guest lines yet again. But first, if you missed it, Todd Monken had this to say earlier this afternoon after Lamar was not seen at practice on Thursday after yesterday being limited with an ankle.
A lot of credit. He's battling each week, trying to get healthy enough to be able to play every Sunday. I mean, that's what I see out of him. I see a guy that's battling, little nagging injuries, things that are stopping him from being able to get out there every day and practice. So again, that's what I see. I see a guy battling.
In that press conference, he did say that he expects Lamar to go. So he does indeed expect Lamar to play. The injury report supposed to come out after 4 o'clock on weekdays, Wednesday through Friday. We're waiting patiently for that to get a final verdict. But can any of us imagine Lamar not making himself available for a gotta-have-it game? I mean, you saw the analytics that I had up on the screen earlier. This is a must-win game. The easiest, most clear, most concise path to the playoffs is winning the AFC North. Is that correct, Mr. Mexico? Welcome back to the program. Jay Moore, you're on deck.
Is it correct?
And share your thought while I get some water because I forgot my goddamn water.
Okay, this is not the Bobby Baltimore show anymore. This is the Manny show from Mexico.
You shut down that show. God damn it.
So you just get your Coke and your tacos? Oh, wait. Oh, we're back to Bobby Baltimore.
That's the scary thought. Everybody was holding their breath on that one, watching you take over.
Is this a must win? Let me put it this way. This is whoever loses gets fired type of game.
Ooh.
Plain and simple.
Okay, now wait a second now. Wait, hold on. Sorry to interrupt. You already know neither one of these guys are being fired.
Oh, but on the contrary, you know why I feel that it's going to be like this?
I don't disagree with you. A parting of ways. We got to use the right messaging. No, neither one of these guys are getting fired. Let's be honest.
I know they're not getting fired. They're getting parting ways, but still, it just feels the atmosphere because look at the roster the Ravens have, and look at the roster in a sense of way the Steelers have on offense and on defense, where the money is, and then you start to see the record and the type of games 6-6.
They're the most expensive defense. Okay, I actually see what you're saying, right? Most expensive defense, Pittsburgh, versus an offense that has a franchise quarterback at the time, which was a record-setting deal.
Yes.
Right? They have not spent money on the offensive line.
Yes.
They have not spent money on the wide receiver position. They have extended Derrick Henry, but outside of that, they haven't spent a ton. They've allocated their resources elsewhere. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, but the way the teams are structured, and you see the records, and it's 6-6. At least the Steelers and the Ravens, instead of being 6-6, they should be what, 10-2 at the most, or
well, look,
8-4.
I have a little bit of grace knowing that Lamar missed several weeks. All right, a little bit of grace there.
Yeah. So
then again, with this version of Lamar won those games, you hate to. I'm not like that's not a hater take either. I'm just asking genuinely. Would Lamar have won all of those games? Clearly, with or without him, they weren't winning in Kansas City. I know that.
No, that defense was just not holding down. And on offense, there were some plays that we just wish we could have back. But this is a type of game that is like if one team loses, that head coach does not finishes the year, and that's it. That's it for him. Either Harbaugh or
a sneaky team. You know, it's going to be a sneaky team as a wild card. They're going to get in as a wild card. You watch. Houston's going to be sneaky. And I know the Ravens have utterly dominated the Texans outside of the game that Lamar didn't play this year throughout the Lamar era, including the postseason and en route to the AFC Championship game. This is a different defense. I don't know if I would be confident picking the Ravens over Houston in a wild card round this year, for real.
No. And I think if we face Houston at home, let's pray that our defense can get the takeovers that we need in order to shut down the opposing defense of Houston in order for us to score points.
Good to see you, brother.
All right. See you later.
Catch up with you soon. And you're welcome for the no timer, okay? That's 2 no timers to start off the show. We'll see if Jay Moore behaves. Give him a no timer mode as well. Lil X Nation 4283 says, Munkin Translator. Did anybody? I'm sure you guys follow the Lamar Translator, LJ Translator on Twitter. It's funny. Munkin Translator, according to Lil X Nation, says Lamar 40+ pass attempts loading. Well, look, let's be honest. I think we can probably feel confident that the Steelers are going to sell out, and I mean sell out, to stop the run after being embarrassed on their home field by Buffalo. And Big Ben's actually nervous about that. This clip from earlier, back at the guest lines with you, Jay Moore, in a second.
Nervous is what we just saw this last week in with Buffalo is the running game, and they have Derrick Henry.
Jeez.
They have Lamar Jackson who can run the ball. So is Pittsburgh going to go into this game and say, okay, that's not happening?
Yeah.
Lamar, beat us with your arm. We're going to put 9 guys in the box. We are going to make sure that you do not run for 100 yards, or I know, I don't have to put a fake number on it, because if they run for 110 and you win, who cares? But go into this saying, no, Lamar has to beat us with his arm. It has to. That is our mindset. We are shutting down the run. And I don't know if that's what they're going to do, but in my opinion, that's what I would do. Is I'd say, hey, listen, we got to go. We got to try and do whatever we can to make this team as one-dimensional as possible, and make that one dimension beat us. And it's literally just taking Derrick Henry out of the game. Like, take the run game out, and just, if Lamar beats you with his arms and legs, then so be it.
Big Ben Roethlisberger nervous that Steelers might sell out to attempt to stop the run. The only funny thing is, Big Ben, all due respect, if you've been watching these Ravens, they don't exactly consistently up front move bodies in the run game. So I don't know if I'd be nervous if I were you, right, Jay Moore? I think this is like 1st to 20, this game. I don't know where I'm at yet, predictions-wise, because I'm waiting to today's injury report, and Sarah and I will share our predictions coming up on tomorrow's show. But it's not exactly a group that's been running the ball and moving and pass protecting and allowing Lamar to get healthier over the last month's stretch. This has not been that group. I hate to break it to him. Jay Moore, welcome to the program, brother. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing today, brother?
Good, man. Thanks for the call.
Hey. One thing. I was sending in a messenger earlier with you and Sarah. I wanted to see the video from last night with Bentley. I didn't get to see it. I wanted to see who wanted to smoke. Somebody actually stepped up finally, so I wanted to see it.
I'll tell you this: if you go back to the video that's titled the Mark Andrews surprise extension, which is 20 hours ago under my live streams tab, you will see, and the thumbnail says beginning of the end with Isaiah and Mark on it, for obvious reasons, knowing that likely probably won't be back now.
Right.
Somewhere in the middle portion of that, I went 90 minutes, but you can scroll to see him, Bentley, older black gentleman, great. I mean, good dude. That's where you'll find him. And we went for probably like 5-10 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna watch the whole thing. I try to catch him every day when you on. I try to catch you. Just yesterday, I was a little tied up. But definitely must-win game. Must win. I mean, one, it's a divisional opponent. Two, if the Steelers win, now they have a 2-game lead. And now we have a stretch where we have the Bengals, where we've shown that, you know, we could have beat their ass, but I mean, the football gods wasn't in our favor that day. I'll say it that way. And then we have also New England, Green Bay, and then the Steelers again. I mean, so it'll be real tough if we would have actually dropped this one. I mean, I'm hoping because this is against the Steelers, we actually get back to our identity. Even if they sell out to stop the run the damn pill, run it down their throat, and then this opens options for the play action pass, and also for read option for Lamar and Derek. It's going to open up a lot for us, the same as last year. It's just
right now that I've been looking at that I'm going to use for tomorrow. I'm going to tell you this little aspect of the Pittsburgh defense that I've been researching that I think could be open season for the Ravens to attack. Now, again, I'm not expecting them to score 30 plus. I'm really not. If anybody scores 30, they're going to win probably by 2 touchdowns. You know, I just don't see that happening at all. But one area that I would love for the Ravens to attack, assuming that Lamar will play, and Todd Monken says that he expects him to. The injury report was supposed to come out sometime in the 4 o'clock hour, so we'll have to see. But the Steelers over the middle third of the field struggle. Matter of fact, 22% of the time, they're susceptible to explosive passes. That's where you need to attack. And I don't know if Bateman's going to be the most healthy he's ever been to be on the other end of that attack with Lamar, but they need him, man. They need him in the red zone. They need all 3 of their tight ends. And ultimately, they need to protect the football, because if you don't and you allow a subpar offense whose quarterback is on the other side of 40, whose quarterback has the inability right now to take snaps under center because of his left wrist, who really is leading a one-dimensional offense with DK Metcalf, and that's no disrespect to him. The Ravens are going to have to make sure they're ready for him because he's a specimen. We all know that.
Hey, I worry about 82. What's your Washington? The man, that's a big boy, and a lot of people get it mixed up of hitting that man between the chest and the thigh area. You're not going to get him down. Yeah, you got to go. You got to go for his leg.
You know, where has this defense struggled even over the course of the 5-game win streak they put together? It's been that polish, that pursuit angle, right? The finishing of tackles. They've struggled in that regard. I could think about, Devon Achane really burnt them in a few of those different patterns and areas in Miami. They struggle with it at times against Minnesota, right? They got to get that cleaned up.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, but as everybody else here in Baltimore, I'm just hoping for a win. We're taking it 1 week at a time. It's 1-0 for this week, and then next week we're worried about that when it come up. But good talking to you, Bobby.
What part of town are you in up there?
I'm up in Middle River.
Heck yeah, Middle River.
Yeah,
Man.
but I used to live in what we call Zone 18, down in Andover Gardens, Old York area. I used to live around there.
Heck yeah.
That's
I
what.
used to rent boats with some friends in the summer. Oh shoot, what the hell is the name of the marina? It's like right there in Middle River. I'm just forgetting it, but we used to take out a couple like shitty pontoon boats with the boys on Saturdays in the summer just to get out there and enjoy Middle River a little bit. But appreciate you, man.
Hey, same here, brother. You have a good one. All right.
Thanks for the call. Yep. Later, Jay Moore. Guest lines are open if you want to share a thought. What the hell is the name of that marina? You guys help me out? Oh, man. It was through Baltimore Boat Rentals, I think it was. They used to sponsor my show, actually. And, of course, I forget now because my brain is mush and it's just that time of day. Khaled's Lens says, do you not understand the Ravens are at home? Bobby is a pessimist. The hell does that mean? Yeah, I know the Ravens are home. What the hell does that have to do with anything? Tough place to play, indeed, for sure. That's part of the reason why they're 5.5. I think it opened up at 6.5. It's dropped to 5.5 point favorites. But what do you mean? Am I a pessimist for saying that this is going to come down to a one-score game, just like pretty much every single Ravens-Steelers contest does, aside from most recently in the January wildcard round? What's pessimistic about that? I don't know if Khaled's familiar with how we do things over here, but when you say stupid shit in the live chat, it warrants a response. Call in and tell me why I'm a pessimist. Let's go. Quan says, tuck that chain. I ain't going to tuck it anywhere. I'll tuck your ass. Call in, share a thought. Marlon Humphrey earlier this week, the longest tenured defensive Raven. You already know it's Steelers week in his mind.
Man, how you play will speak way louder than your words, and I think if you can't get up for this one, you know, every game you play in the NFL is very meaningful. But if you can't get up for this one, I think that shows something about your character. I think that shows something about your will. And honestly, I think that just shows if you are a Raven or you're not a Raven. I think how we come out this game, how we prepare this week, will kind of do echoes not only for this game, but for the rest of the season, because we're basically in playoff football right now. So it's kind of, you know, it is, you know, they say there's no game, a must-win game. This is definitely a must-win game. We have not played great complimentary football really all year. And it's time. We worked really hard to get to where we are. Yeah, do we like our record? No, but do we have everything in front of us? Yes. So I think, like I said, man, it's time to show it. We've talked all throughout the years. I've made bad plays. Everyone's made bad plays. Everyone made some good plays. But now it's time. Come together. Have your brother's back. Make sure your brother knows what he's doing, so we can go out here, be on the same page, execute. Because I think we're too good of a team on paper. I know that's been said and everything, but now it's time to be a good team on Sunday, Monday, whatever day we're playing at 1 o'clock.
Say what you want about Marlon. He's put plenty out on tape this season that has been some left to be desired. He has the podcast. He says and does a lot of strange things at times. He's a playmaker. And as Mike Tomlin said earlier this week, he is the poster boy of their turnover culture. And he's right on that. Listen to Mike Tomlin.
Guy obviously worth mentioning is Marlon Humphreys, man. He plays outside when Kyle Hamilton plays nickel. When Kyle Hamilton moves to dime linebacker, he plays inside. He's a very versatile guy, man. He's the poster boy for their turnover culture. I think he's got 17 career forced fumbles and counting now. And so ball security is going to be a major component of it. We got to be really fundamentally sound there. Again, he leads that charge. But again, wouldn't be remiss if I didn't mention Malachi Starks, man, their first rounder. He's a center fielder, man, and is doing a really good job patrolling that area of the field, and particularly of late, as I mentioned, with that acquisition, and they're able to solidify some divisional labor. He's been a mainstay in the middle of the field for him and doing a nice job of solidifying that space.
High praise, deserved praise. Malachi took his lumps early at times, but guy's a veteran. He plays like a veteran, and he has played a good center field for them. you imagine Darius Washington never tore his Achilles in May? And by the way, he's back at practice, which is insane. I don't think he'll go. I think there was a level of gamemanship in the messaging there from John Harbaugh, giving him a chance, even though he then kind of went back and said it's unlikely that Darius will go. Of course it's unlikely, isn't it? He just tore his Achilles in May, and he's back at practice for the first time in months. I was shocked to see that whole thing. Tavius Robinson, unlikely to play as well, trying to work his way back from that foot procedure. So, I don't know if Darius will be a legitimate factor in the secondary in the closing 5 weeks. If I were him, knowing that my future in the league is uncertain, he'll be hitting free agency this offseason and has not played since the 2024 postseason. I'm kind of careful about how I do this. What do I want to put out on tape? What do I think I'm capable of putting out on tape right now? Then again, he's got an undrafted rookie type of chip on his shoulder at all times. He is 5'8", $170, plays like he's 6'8", 270. Oh, a couple of the plays that stick out to me over the years. The Russell Wilson hit. Which Pittsburgh tight end did he put a licking on? Was that Freiermuth? Darius has had some signature, hard-hitting, physical, Ravens-Steelers-esque of the old days type of plays, and those are two that come to mind. I'm sure you guys can come up with a couple more. Joe Mixon comes to mind in the red zone there. Oh, that guy lives, breathes, eats, sleeps football. That is what it is. Forget being a Raven. That's resiliency. That's physicality. I love his game, man. I love me some Darius Washington. I wish the best for his future. Don't know what his imminent future would be or how to predict it, really, frankly. Richard, welcome back to the program, brother. Good to see you.
What's up, Bobby?
How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Got a date tonight at 6:30. I thought you might be interested in that.
Nice. It's gonna be another park walk. Or I don't know what do you call them?
No walk and talk tonight. It's too dark. I don't want to, on a first date, I would never want to. Hey, you want to go? You want to go do a walk and talk in the dark? Although there are some decent decorations downtown St. Pete with Christmas and whatnot. So,
oh, no doubt.
If it goes well at this little dinner / happy hour spot, then maybe we work our way into the darkness. What do you think? Kidding.
Work your way into the darkness.
Watching this, kidding. But go ahead, Richard.
You taking this some Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, it's time to retreat into the darkness, baby. Let's go.
I'm sure that'll be of real interest to her.
Look at that good old Southern boy in the waiting room. Olu's down there. Yeah, he's on the road. Take a look at him down there. Can you see him, Richard?
Nah, I can't. It's only usually between you and I. I can't see anybody else in the lobby.
All right, Olu's down there. We'll get him in just a bit. But what's on your mind today?
I mean, I'd be remiss to say if I want to be signed the right tight end. I was looking up the stats yesterday, and I mean everything that I've seen indicates, as of right now, and Mark Andrews is a top 10 tight end. They paid him top 6 money. I was doing the exercise earlier today, and I can name 6 right off the bat that I think are better than him.
I need you to hold that thought, brother. We got breaking news on the injury report front. Not that there was anything crazy that came from it, but let's instantly react to it together. Ravens injury report, the second of 3 just dropped. I'm going to go ahead and bring it up and react with you guys right now. First up on the list is Lamar. He indeed is a DNP. It's the ankle this week. Last week, of course, it was the toe. Prior to that, it was the ankle. Prior to that, it was the knee. And then, of course, he missed multiple games with the hamstring. Todd Monken says that he expects him to go, just to be clear. Rashad Bateman downgraded to limited after being a full participant on Wednesday with that ankle. I'm sure it's nagging him. Any high ankle sprain tends to linger. It sure seems like Bate is having exactly that, battling through the lingering pain, I'm sure, managing the pain or the discomfort that comes with a high ankle sprain. Sometimes that could be a 4 to 6 week thing. He only missed 2 games. So that'll be something to watch. I don't think he's creating the separation that he typically does. Just 1 target on Thanksgiving night. I know the passing game is a problem right now. That's just something to watch. Good news for Travis Jones is that his absence is non-injury related, personal. That's good news for big number 98 in the middle part of Zach Orr's defense. Tavius Robinson's been limited so far with that foot. His practice window is open. Don't expect him to go on Sunday. Devontae Walker downgraded from full to limited on Thursday with a groin. I feel like he's missed at least one game with that groin, so that'll be something to watch. He, I'm sure, wants a couple of those plays back with the vertical passing attack against the Bengals the other week. Ardarius has been limited this week with the Achilles, and Nate Wiggins limited as well with the foot, which forced him to miss the second half against the Bengals. Clearly, Cincinnati took advantage of that. Nate is a dog. He's a hell of a second-year player. The recovery speed's phenomenal. He's fearless out there. He does obviously make his young player mistakes here and there, and he will bite. He's an aggressive player, but they're going to need him for round 2 against Cincinnati at the very least, because T. Higgins will likely be out of concussion protocol by then. T might even be back this weekend. You never know. So anyway, that is your breaking news, the injury report that I was waiting for all hour. Why don't you can continue your thought unless you have anything to add on the injury report?
I mean, summing it up, I mean, I feel like out of the tight ends, I think Charlie Kohler should have been the one that should have gotten the signing first. I say that because I think he's the best blocking tight end that we got.
There's no debate about that.
And so, I mean, I think we could have gotten a different pass catching tight end, maybe one a little bit younger and one who's not declining. But I mean, the Ravens will do what they're gonna do. We'll see what happens.
I want to test the market. If I'm Charlie, based on his comments recently with some of the media over the years, and knowing that what he has and hasn't showcased and had a chance to showcase throughout his years, I would want to test the market if I'm him.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, I like him a lot, so that's the only reason I'm saying it.
Yeah.
I mean, this injury report, it's nice. It's not super long. You got big names on here, but I mean, I remember seeing this being 4 times longer, at different points in the season.
Yep.
And nobody here particularly surprises you.
Great seeing you, man. Appreciate you.
Yep. Good seeing you.
Later. Olu, let's get to you. Guest lines are open. If you want to share a thought with me, we now have the injury report in front of us. The second of 3 final designations for Sunday against Pittsburgh will be out in 24 hours. Olu, what's up, brother? Happy Thursday to you.
What's up, Bobby? Hey, man, look, first and foremost, man, you look at
he's in the car.
Yeah, man, look, so, hold on. It's a rainy day in Louisiana.
There you go.
On the highway. Man, you're looking pretty sharp on that with that haircut, man. You looking like you're ready for some action,
Maybe. You never know where a first
man, Hey, man, look, if it takes you that far, it's not a good one. Keep fishing, boo. I think I was talking to some guys out here, the Ravens fans out here. I knew it was not going to be Isaiah for the last few years. He carries the football like it's a loaf of bread. He doesn't really it was only a matter of time before the fumble started. I think Charlie Kohler will be here. I think we'll give him a good mid deal. And if you look at the injuries of Mark Andrews, he's really the safest one as far as the pass catching. Kohler will get a chance to start because Mark might be injured. So we've always kept 2 to 3 tight ends. There's a bunch of good young tight ends coming out. There's always some good tight ends. If you look at the Browns, that kid Flanagan, number 44, they found him in the Lowe's parking lot or something. So, I mean, there's going to be some athletes there. But since Isaiah's been here, he is the best tight end, I think. But, man, he holds that ball like a loaf of bread. And it was only a matter of time before. And he's had a pretty bad the last game was really bad. But, yeah, and with Lamar's injuries, I just think we just need a little more time on he's missing the deep ball because he didn't have a lot of time to work during the week. He's always rehabbing. I like where we're at. We all know we're going to split with the Steelers. So whether we lose this game Sunday or we lose the game in week 17, we know we're going to split. So we'll split with the Bengals. We'll split with the Steelers. We'll beat the Patriots. You heard it here first, Bobby. And I think we'll slug it out with Green Bay.
Question becomes, will New England go into that game?
That's right.
Go into that
That's
game
right.
undefeated the same way they were if you go back to Lamar's first season as
That's
a
right.
full-time starter, where Tom
right.
Brady and company came in unbeaten. And what happened that night on Sunday Night Football at the bank?
That's right.
Yeah.
Made some memories. I don't think it'll be like that. I think it'll be a slugfest. So yeah, man, good luck tonight. Well, good luck and with being respectful, Bobby, because you represent all of us. Don't do anything crazy. Don't go streaking. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it classic.
Yes, sir, OG. I appreciate the call, man.
All right, man.
Go Tigers. Go Tigers, baby.
No. Roll Tide, Bobby. Roll Tide.
I keep forgetting this. So
I live in Louisiana. I'm Nick Sabanite, and I went over there when he went to Alabama. So I'm an Alabama guy. Roll Tide.
Right,
no LSU. No.
I know I've
tried
to clarify this multiple times. I'm finally glad we got down to the bottom of it. I thank you.
Yes.
All right, Olu.
All right, man. Y'all be careful.
Travels, man. Later. Love a good call from Olu, man. And hey, I'm feeling generous, holiday season and whatnot, and we're getting ready for our winter line drop on the vaultpod.com, the Vault's merch line. So right now, if you go follow my Instagram account, you will enter yourself in for a free giveaway. I'm going to do a free giveaway once our winter apparel line on the Vault drops. And if you follow my Instagram account, you will automatically be counted in at the pop, the potential free randomized giveaway. I have that link to my Instagram. I know Dre Dog, you don't have IG. We're going to have to figure that out. I can already see him in the live chat bitching right now. I know he's doing it. But for right now, if you'd like to enter yourself in, if you do have an account, you can go to @BobbyBaltimore. The second O is a 0. I have that link as an updated pinned comment right now in the live chat. And as soon as the winter apparel line drops inside the vault, which it can be found at the vaultpod.com/shop, I will randomly pick a winner through our system. So yeah, there you have it. And there goes Dre Dog, right on freaking cue. Appreciate you guys as always. Yes, Tila, Tisha, and everybody else commenting on it. I'm a little bit early tonight. I have plans at 6:30 sharp. That's Eastern Standard Time tonight, downtown St. Pete. That's what we got going on. Join the Discord server if you haven't already done so. It's a 24/7 hub for conversations surrounding Baltimore sports. And let's get an update on where we're at numbers-wise. 1,060 is where we are right now. Patty Rick just became 1,060. Maybe you guys will consider helping me get that number to 1,100. It is free. You get a shout out when you join. It's a 24/7 hub for conversations surrounding Baltimore sports. Just drop the link into the live chat. There's also information on that in the show notes, and there's chatter all over the place, just about everything within the sports world. Sarah and I will be back at 12 noon Eastern inside the vault. As always, we will have predictions to share by then for Week 14, Ravens Steelers, and a gotta have it game with the AFC North up for grabs this closing month of football. Appreciate you guys. Enjoy your nights. More to come. I'm sure we'll discuss a lot more tomorrow, or maybe we won't, or maybe we will, or maybe we won't. Olu says no streaking. No promises.